Oh. There you go.
This race is brought to you by Exalta.
Here's what that looks like on the racetrack. Last week's winner, Jeff Gordon, out of the race. The other hometown hero, Kyle Busch, out of the race. Kurt Busch rebounding. He's back up to, he's into the top 10 in ninth.
Going to be a big shakeup in the points when this thing's over with today. A lot of guys that were up there. You know, Bobby Labonte's back in 24 spot. David Gilliland's out of the race.
Kyle Busch going to drop out of the top 10. Carl Edwards going to move up, as will Montoya and Menard and Hamlin.
That was Montoya that just told Brian Patty, the 42 car, I'm getting really loose with that 14 car of Tony Stewart up behind me.
Sixth place battle. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex.
Got battles everywhere.
9 laps to go.
Just to document Denny Hamlin's day, had a pretty decent qualifying effort, but had to go to the rear of the field to start this race because of an engine change.
And I still say what Darian Grubb did, they had to overcome a penalty. They got back in the pack. They had to do something to get back up to the front. I still think his strategy really paid off big for them to get a great finish.
Krista?
Well, Denny Hamlin's message that he received from his crew chief, Mike Ford, to start this race was patience. Mike told me that track position that he had to cash in his chips on was so important. This was one of Denny Hamlin's actual best qualifying efforts here, 17th. He's never started well, but to come up from the back of the pack at a track where it's so hard to pass because of the speeds, Mike Ford is ecstatic that his driver did exactly what he told him. He was patient.
Thanks, Krista. Hey, what a day for Marcus Ambrose. He is the 4th place car. He's behind Montoya Stewart, but not by that much. If they dust it up, Ambrose is going to be right there.
And it's been a long time since he even had a top 10 finish. It's been over 12 races.
He's not just, Larry, he's not just right there. He is eating into the lead of Tony Stewart and Juan Pablo right in front of him. He's closing quick.
He's got about a 4-second lead over 5th place Ryan Newman in the 39 car. 6 to go.
Truex may catch Newman. That may be a battle for 5th before this is over.
The reason we have these late cautions is because you can see how hard everybody's trying for every position. That's usually where we have trouble.
How about our leader, Matt?
He just came on the radio, Mike, about 2 laps ago, and he said, Bob, the engine's making a weird noise at top end. Bob Osborne told him, just be conservative as much with it as you can. You've got a 2-second lead, and we are winding these laps down.
Now, let's see. Isn't that the same Carl Edwards that told Bob when he said, I'll be off for a few minutes, I'm coming in? Probably messing with him.
2nd place to Tony Stewart. He passes Montoya. He has 1.7 seconds separating himself from Carl Edwards, but only 5 laps to go.
That Marcus Ambrose in that 9 car, he's not that far behind that 42 car of Montoya.
No, he was really closing big time when Tony and Montoya were kind of racing with each other, but I don't know if he can get to Montoya or not. It's going to be close.
1st to 2nd is a long way away with just 3.5 to go.
Carl Edwards has maybe about 1 more car he'll have to contend with, as he'll be coming to 3 to go this time.
Now that's Brad Keselowski there in front of him in a 2 car. I don't think Brad will make it easy on Carl. I don't think he'll try to hold him up, but he's not going to pull over and let him go.
Stewart pulling away from Montoya. Ambrose right there. Newman a little ahead of Truex, and Matt Kenseth coming back into the top 10 after spending half the day off the lead lap.
Had a flat tire early in the race.
Brian Vickers battling back.
See the leader going by here. As I said, Brad is like, he's not pulling over, and that's allowing Tony to close, but I think it ain't going to have enough time to get there now.
2 to go. Ambrose continues to close on Montoya, but that 5 or 6 car lengths, Montoya pulls him just a little bit in the back straightaway. That's going to be tough to make up.
Great run for Juan today. Good 3rd place finish, the way it looks. White flag in the air. She's a race now, Larry.
Stewart, after that Good strategy call, can get only so close to Carl Edwards. Round turn 3 and into 4. Stewart packed it in there, but Carl Edwards gives Ford its 4th win in the last 5 races. Edwards wins the Cobalt Tools 400.
And how